Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. At the awkward age of 13, my father came home and proudly announced, "I signed you up for singing lessons." We had never, ever even talked about it, but apparently that's what you do with awkward teenagers who have not even gotten their braces yet. So off I went to semi private voice lessons with my sister at the Blue Bear School of Music in San Francisco. And I still remember our first song that we worked on. It was Bette Midler's From a Distance. In eighth grade, I joined the chorus, not choir, but chorus. And I recall being on the bus on the way to a performance when the director told me I was one of the strongest singers. My self esteem at the time was non existent, so you can imagine my shock. I still think about it to this day. During my freshman year of high school, I auditioned for the annual musical and wound up with a chorus role in the production. I was one of two freshmen, and I could not believe it when I saw my name. It was made up of sophomores, juniors, and seniors, all who were mostly actors and dancers. And I was just a singer. So I got to work with all of these like upper classmen, and it was an absolute blast. So for the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, we moved to Las Vegas, and I joined the women's choir, the concert choir, and the show choir. And that is where I learned how to sing as part of a large ensemble. Our concert choir had 8 parts. I was a second alto, and at one point, I was the section leader, which again, my self esteem was still sort of non existent and developing. And I just really worked my butt off, and I learned a lot from that. Fast forward to college, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I majored in musical theater, or I should say, I declared a musical theater major on the first day of class. I went to the door, I put my hand on the door handle, and I stopped, I turned around and dropped all my classes. I could not go through with it. I had major imposter syndrome, very intimidated by all the actors that would be in these classes, and I had some theater experience through high school, but not nearly as much as those that were going to be majoring in theater, or so I thought. I'm not sure. I didn't do it, so I have no idea. Anyway, after I graduated college, I just never spent any more time singing. I ended up having a family and just worked in hospitality for many, many years. Somehow, music found its way back to me. There was an audition for a Christmas caroling group, and my sister and I, hey, should we audition for it? And so we did. We went in basically back to back into the audition. By the end of the day, we had each gotten letters that invited us to, or emails that invited us to be part of the group. So I spent the next 5 years singing with this Christmas caroling group and meeting all these wonderful entertainers and singers and friends in the industry. I guess my point in all of this is to say, if you feel like it's too late, it's not too late. I was 40 when I went back to singing, and I had taken such a long break. And now I know that once my kids grow up and they have their own lives, I'm really starting to think of the things that I can start doing as my hobbies. And I think it's important to have something for yourself. And for me, it's music. I'm just so, so grateful that I didn't stop for good.